For 7 years, Kang Jun-suk had not touched a woman. Not the socialite at the Chaebol Gala in Gangnam. Not the actress seated beside him at the Busan International Film Festival. Not the daughters of rival families offered like peace treaties. Women were irrelevant. His men called him Baekseong, the White Star. Untouchable. Distant. They said that when his father was murdered outside a Gangnam hotel, something essential in Jun-suk died with him. He didn't deny it. Emotion made men sloppy. Attachment made them predictable. Love made them weak. He'd learned that at 24, standing in a hospital hallway with blood on his cuffs and power dumped into his hands like a loaded gun. Since then, he ruled Seoul's underworld with surgical precision. Nightclubs in Itaewon. Logistics in Incheon. Private equity in Uido. To the public, a reclusive billionaire CEO. To the underworld, a verdict. Marriage proposals came monthly. The Choi family offered their youngest daughter at a private dinner in Cheongdam-dong. Jun-suk didn't look up from his wine. "Tell them no," he said. His second-in-command, Min-jae, shifted uncomfortably. "They'll be offended. Then they'll recover." Min-jae hesitated. "People are starting to talk. Let them." The Lee family tried next. Then the Park family. Each refusal sent ripples through the criminal networks that controlled Seoul's money, drugs, and political influence. At a CEO charity auction in the Shilla Hotel, a journalist cornered him. "Mr. Kang, you've been called Korea's most eligible bachelor. Any plans to settle down?" Jun-suk's expression didn't shift. "No. Not even. No." The conversation died. Inside the Kang organization, loyalty was absolute. But even loyal men whispered. "He doesn't sleep with anyone. He doesn't drink to excess. He doesn't lose control." Some said it was discipline. Others said it was damaged. A few believed he was incapable of feeling anything at all. Jun-suk preferred the mystery. Control was survival. Desire was a liability. The moment a man cared about something, someone could take it. His father had cared. His father was dead. One Tuesday afternoon, Jun-suk left a meeting in Gangnam and headed toward Hongdae. Routine. Unremarkable. Traffic slowed near the university district. Street vendors lined the sidewalks. Students moved in clusters. Music pulsed from basement clubs. His driver navigated carefully. Then braked too late. The moment that was never supposed to happen. A woman stumbled backward. Flyers exploded across the pavement like shattered glass. She caught herself before hitting the ground. Barely. "Are you blind?" she snapped in English-laced Korean. "Your money doesn't own the road." The street went silent. Security doors flew open. Hands moved toward weapons. No one talked to Kang Jun-suk like that. He stepped out, already prepared to destroy her life with a sentence. Then he saw her. Black. Young. Her skin glowed warm against the gray Seoul afternoon. Curls pulled into a high puff. She sweats at her temples. Ripped jeans. Worn sneakers. A cheap hoodie advertising a club event in Itaewon. But her eyes. They weren't afraid. They were furious. She squared her shoulders at his security team like she was daring them to try something. Something inside Jun-suk cracked. Not loudly. Not visibly. But enough. He heard himself ask. "Are you okay?" The woman blinked, surprised by the calm voice. "I will be. If your people stop acting like they're above the law." Behind him, his men froze. Min-jae stepped forward. "Apologize." "For what?" she said. "He almost hit me." "You don't know who." "I don't care who he is." Jun-suk raised a hand. Min-jae stopped mid-sentence. The woman bent down, gathering flyers. Her hands shook slightly, but her jaw stayed tight. He watched her. She wore no jewelry. No makeup. Her sneakers had holes near the toes. The flyers advertised an Afro-K hip-hop fusion night, an unpopular niche in Seoul. She was nobody. And she was the first person in 7 years who'd looked at him like he was just a man. "Let me help," Jun-suk said. "I'm fine." "You're not." She stopped. Looked up. Their eyes met. Hers were brown. Deep. Exhausted. "I don't need help from people like you," she said quietly. "People like me. Rich. Careless. Untouchable." A vendor across the street watched nervously. A couple on the corner whispered. An older woman in a bakery doorway stared, horrified. Jun-suk felt the weight of their fear. The woman didn't. She stood, flyers clutched against her chest. "Just be more careful next time." She turned to leave. "Wait," Jun-suk said. She stopped but didn't turn around. He didn't know what to say. That never happened. Min-jae leaned in. "Sir, we should go." Jun-suk ignored him. "What's your name?" The woman glanced over her shoulder. "Why does it matter?" "It doesn't." She almost smiled. "Then you don't need it." She walked away. Security watched her disappear into the crowd. Min-jae exhaled slowly. "Should we?" "No." "Sir," she disrespected. "I said no." The driver opened the door. Jun-suk slid back inside. But he didn't move. He watched the street where she'd vanished. His chest felt strange. Tight. Unfamiliar. Min-jae climbed into the front seat. Who was she? "I don't know." "Should I find out?" Jun-suk didn't answer immediately. Then he did something he hadn't done in 7 years. He smiled. "Just barely." "Yes." She refuses to back down. Her name was Amara Reed. 25. American. No family in Korea. Student visa expired 3 months ago. Part-time jobs at 2 cafes. Street promotions for underground clubs. Dead in Chicago. A mother who died 2 years earlier. No safety net. Jun-suk read the report in his office that night. Min-jae stood across from him. "She's nobody." "I can see that." "Then why?" "Leave it." Min-jae hesitated. "People saw what happened. And they're talking." Jun-suk closed the file. "Let them talk." But Min-jae was right. Word spread fast in Seoul's underworld. The Ice King had stopped for a woman. Not just stopped, asked her name. Smiled. Small cracks became dangerous rumors. The next afternoon, Amara returned to Hongdae. Same corner. Same flyers. Same worn sneakers. She didn't see Jun-suk's car parked 2 blocks away. He watched her work. She handed flyers to students who ignored her. To tourists who didn't understand Korean. To locals who took them and threw them away immediately. She didn't quit. After an hour, an older woman approached from a nearby building. She spoke urgently in Korean, gesturing toward Jun-suk's car. Amara followed her gaze. Jun-suk stepped out. The woman bowed deeply. Other pedestrians noticed. A street vendor closed his cart and left. 2 men in suits crossed the street quickly. Amara watched the fear ripple outward. She turned back to Jun-suk. "You're important," she said slowly. He nodded once. She exhaled sharply. "Figures. Still doesn't excuse almost killing me." Min-jae stepped forward. "You should apologize." "I already did," Amara said. Yesterday. When I didn't press charges. Jun-suk almost smiled again. He pulled a card from his jacket. Held it out. A job, he said. Real pay. No flyers. Amara stared at the card. Didn't take it. Why? Because you're wasting your time here. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. She looked at him carefully. Searching for something. A trap. An angle. A lie. I don't know you, she said. No. You don't. And you don't know me. Not yet. The air between them felt charged. Dangerous. Amara finally took the card. I'll think about it, she said. Don't think too long. She walked away without looking back. Min-jae waited until she was gone. She refused you. She took the card. She didn't agree. Jun-suk watched her disappear into the crowd again. She will. She walks away, but he doesn't forget. Amara researched him that night. Kang Jun-suk. 31. CEO of multiple corporations. Real estate. Logistics. Private equity. Forbes Korea listed him as one of the wealthiest men under 40. But the whispers were darker. Reddit threads in English mentioned his name alongside organized crime. A blog post speculated about his father's murder. A deleted news article hinted at Gangnam's hidden power structures. She found a photo from a charity auction. He stood alone in a tailored suit, expression cold, surrounded by Korea's elite. Untouchable. Amara closed her laptop. Her rent was 3 weeks late. Her visa situation was illegal. She had 400,000 won left, barely enough for 2 weeks of survival. She looked at his card. Echelon. Apgujeong. A club she'd never be able to afford. 2 days later, financial pressure decided for her. She showed up. The club was closed during the day. Security stood outside. One of them recognized her immediately. Miss Reed? She nodded. Mr. Kong is expecting you. Inside, the space was sleek. Dark wood. Leather. Low lighting. A bar that stretched the length of the room. Jun-suk sat at a table near the back. He stood when she approached. You came, he said. I need money. I know. That's the only reason I'm here. I know that too. He gestured to a chair. She sat. Min-jae appeared with a folder. Placed it in front of her. Promotions manager, Jun-suk said. You'll handle event marketing, social media, and partnerships. Legitimate work. Legal pay. Amara opened the folder. The salary made her stomach drop. This is too much. It's what the position pays. No one pays this much for promotions. I do. She looked up. Why? Because you're good at surviving. That means you'll be good at this. Amara studied his face. No smile. No charm. Just cold calculation. What's the catch? No catch. There's always a catch. Jun-suk leaned back. You work. You get paid. You stay out of trouble. And if I refuse? Then you go back to handing out flyers. Silence stretched between them. Amara closed the folder. I need boundaries. Name them. You don't touch me. You don't control my life. And if I find out this job is illegal, I walk. Jun-suk nodded. Agreed. Just like that. Just like that. She didn't believe him. But she signed the contract anyway. Min-jae escorted her out. Gave her a start date. A company phone. An employee badge. At the door, she turned back. Jun-suk was watching her. Why me? She asked. He didn't answer. She left. That night, Jun-suk sat alone in his penthouse. He poured whiskey he didn't drink. Staring at the city lights, he didn't see. For 7 years, he'd felt nothing. Now he felt everything. And it terrified him. She steps inside the lion's den. Amara was efficient. Within 2 weeks, she rebuilt Echelon's social media presence. Partnerships with local artists. Targeted ads. Themed nights that brought younger crowds. Revenue increased. Jun-suk watched from a distance. She was sharp. Confident. Completely uninterested in his power. Employees whispered. The Ice King is watching someone. She doesn't even look at him. Maybe that's why. 3 weeks in, Amara found something wrong. She was reviewing financial reports for a campaign budget when the numbers didn't match. Payments were routed through accounts that didn't connect to promotions. Structured transfers. Hidden allocations. Not petty theft. Laundering. She brought it straight to Jun-suk. He was in a meeting. She walked in anyway. Min-jae stood. You can't. I need to talk to him, Amara said. Jun-suk dismissed the room with a glance. When they were alone, she placed the documents on his desk. You should fire whoever did this, she said. Or they're setting you up. Jun-suk studied the papers. His expression didn't change. But his jaw tightened. This account, he said slowly, was authorized by my late father. Amara froze. Jun-suk looked up. 7 years ago. A contingency fund. Hidden. Untouchable. What kind of contingency? The kind that activates only if someone inside the family betrays me. Silence filled the room. Amara's voice dropped. And it just activated. 2 days ago. She sat down without asking. Who triggered it? I don't know yet. But you have enemies. I have many enemies. Inside your organization. Jun-suk's eyes darkened. That's what I need to find out. Amara stared at the documents. I just wanted to fix a budget error. You did more than that. She looked at him. Really looked at him. For the first time, she saw exhaustion. Pressure. Wait. You didn't hire me for promotions, she said quietly. No. I didn't. Then why? Jun-suk didn't answer immediately. When he did, his voice was low. Dangerous. Because you see things other people miss. Amara stood. I'm not a spy. I know. And I'm not getting involved in whatever this is. You already are. She turned toward the door. Amara. She stopped. Someone inside my organization just made a move, Jun-suk said. That means they're watching. And now they're watching you. Fear flickered across her face. Then let me leave. I can't. Why not? Because if you leave now, they'll know I care. The words hung in the air. Amara's breath caught. Jun-suk stood. Walked toward her. I won't let anything happen to you, he said. That's not your decision. It is now. Amara's hands shook. I should never have come here. But you did. She left without another word. Jun-suk stood alone in his office. He'd spent 7 years building walls. She'd walked through them in 3 weeks. And now the empire he'd built to protect himself was cracking. Because of her. The danger was already inside. Jun-suk insisted she attend the CEO charity auction in Cheongdam-dong. I don't belong there, Amara said. You work for me. You belong where I say you belong. She wanted to refuse. But the way he looked at her, cold, determined, protective, made refusal impossible. The dress arrived at her apartment 2 days before the event. Black. Simple. Expensive. No note. She wore it anyway. The auction was held at the Shilla Hotel. Crystal chandeliers. Marble floors. Korea's elite in tailored suits and designer gowns. Amara walked in beside Junsuk. The room went quiet. Not silent. Just quieter. Conversations paused. Eyes tracked her. Whispers followed. Who is she? American? Black? With Kang Junsuk? Amara felt every stare like a knife. Junsuk didn't react. He moved through the room with her beside him, his hand hovering near her lower back but never touching. Min-jae followed 3 steps behind. They stopped near a bar. Junsuk ordered water. An older man approached. 50s. Expensive suit. A smile that didn't reach his eyes. Mr. Kang, he said in Korean. It's been too long. Junsuk nodded. Mr. Seo. Seo's eyes shifted to Amara. And who is this? My employee. Just an employee. Yes. Seo smiled wider. Interesting choice. Junsuk's expression didn't change. Is there something you need? Just making conversation. Then we're done. Seo's smile faltered. He bowed slightly and left. Amara exhaled. Who was that? Competition. He looked at me like I was a target. You are. Her stomach dropped. What? Junsuk turned to face her. Other families are watching. They think you're a distraction. A weakness. And am I? He didn't answer. Across the room, more people stared. A woman in diamonds whispered to her companion. 2 men in suits studied Amara openly. I shouldn't be here, Amara said. You're exactly where you need to be. Why? Because now they know. Know what? Junsuk leaned closer. His voice dropped. That you're under my protection. Amara's pulse quickened. The word protection sounded like possession. Before she could respond, an elderly man stopped mid-step across the room. His eyes locked onto Amara's face. He froze. Then whispered something to the woman beside him. Amara watched him stare. Confusion. Recognition. Shock. Do you know him? Junsuk asked. No. But the man kept staring. Junsuk's jaw tightened. Stay here. Where are you? Stay here. He crossed the room. The elderly man saw him coming. Tried to leave. Junsuk blocked his path. They spoke quietly. Too quietly for Amara to hear. The man shook his head. Junsuk said something sharp. The man's face went pale. Then he glanced at Amara one more time. And left. Junsuk returned. His expression was unreadable. What did he say? Amara asked. Nothing. You're lying. Not here. The rest of the evening blurred. Polite conversations. Fake smiles. Dangerous undercurrents. Amara felt desire and fear tangled together. She wanted to run. She wanted to stay. By the end of the night, one thing was clear. She wasn't invisible anymore. Someone recognizes her. Junsuk didn't speak until they were in the car. The man who stared at you, he said. His name is On Tae-jin. He's connected to old money. Chaebol families. Political influence. Why did he look at me like that? Because he recognized you. Amara's chest tightened. That's impossible. I've never met him. Not you. Your face. She stared at him. What are you talking about? Jun-suk handed her a folder. Inside were documents. Photos. The Korean text she couldn't fully read. One photo showed a young Korean woman. Early 20s. Beautiful. Smiling. Amara's breath stopped. The woman looked like her. Who is this? Amara whispered. Lee Hae-jin. She disappeared 26 years ago. Why? She had an affair with an American investor. Got pregnant. The family buried the scandal. Amara's hands shook. What happened to the baby? Taken to the United States. Records erased. And you think? I don't think. Aunt Tae-jin recognized you because you look exactly like her. Amara dropped the folder. This is insane. Is it? My mother's name was Claudia Reed. She was from Chicago. She never mentioned Korea. Did she mention your father? Amara went silent. She didn't know her father. Her mother never spoke about him. Just said he was gone before Amara was born. This doesn't prove anything, Amara said. No. But it explains why people are watching you. What people? The families who buried Lee Hae-jin's scandal. If you're connected to her, you're connected to them. Amara's voice broke. I came here to survive. Not to be part of some. I know. Then why didn't you tell me? Jun-suk's jaw tightened. Because I was trying to protect you. By lying. By keeping you out of it. Too late for that. She shoved the folder at him. I don't want this. I don't want any of this. You don't have a choice. Yes, I do. I can leave. And go where? Back to expired visas and debt. Amara's eyes burned. You don't own me. I never said I did. Then let me go. Jun-suk leaned forward. His voice was low. Dangerous. I can't. Why not? Because the moment I do, someone else will take you. Amara felt tears threatening. This isn't protection. This is a cage. Then it's a cage that keeps you alive. She turned away. Stared out the window. Her reflection looked foreign. Who am I? She whispered. Jun-suk didn't answer. That night, Amara received a message. Unknown number. A photo of her mother. Young. Smiling. Standing outside a building in Seoul. Then another photo. Documents. Korean immigration records. A name she didn't recognize. Then a message. You don't know who you are. Amara dropped her phone. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. She doesn't know who she really is. Amara confronted Jun-suk the next morning. She walked into his office without knocking. You knew, she said. About my mother. About Korea. You knew before you hired me. Jun-suk stood. Yes. Why didn't you tell me? Because I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to hurt you. You don't get to decide that. I know. Then why? Because I wanted to keep you safe. Amara's voice cracked. From what? From them. From this world. From me. Silence filled the space between them. Amara stepped closer. I don't need you to save me. I'm not trying to save you. Then what are you trying to do? Jun-suk's control finally broke. He crossed the room. Stopped inches from her. I'm trying not to lose you. Amara's breath caught. He reached up. Touched her face. For 7 years, he said quietly, I felt nothing. Then you walked into my life and broke everything. I didn't ask for this. Neither did I. Their eyes locked. This is dangerous, Amara whispered. I know. People are watching. Let them watch. They'll hurt you. They'll try. Amara's hands gripped his shirt. You're the most powerful man I know. And I'm nobody. You're nobody. Then who am I? Jun-suk leaned closer. His voice was raw. You're the only thing I care about. He kissed her. Not gently. Not carefully. Like a man who'd been holding back for too long. Amara kissed him back. And the walls he'd built for 7 years shattered completely. Later that night, the Seo family made their move. They leaked rumors. Spread images. Paid journalists to question Jun-suk's judgment. The Ice King has a weakness. A foreign woman with no connections. Distracted. Vulnerable. The whispers turned into weapons. At a private meeting, rival families gathered. He's compromised, one said. He chose a woman over strategy, another agreed. Then we move. But they underestimated one thing. Jun-suk wasn't distracted. He had decided. The next day, he called a meeting. Every major family. Every power player. Amara stood beside him. No hiding. No shame. This is Amara Reed, Jun-suk said in Korean. She works for me. She's under my protection. Anyone who touches her will answer to me. The room went silent. One man stood. You're making a mistake. That's my decision. She's making you weak. Jun-suk's voice dropped. Cold. Final. She's not my weakness. She's my line. The words echoed. No one argued. War became inevitable. That night, Amara lay beside Jun-suk in the dark. You just started a war, she whispered. I know. For me. Yes. Why? Jun-suk turned to face her. His hand found hers. Because some things are worth burning the world for. Amara felt tears slip down her face. I'm scared. So am I. What happens now? Jun-suk pulled her closer. Now we survive. Someone makes their move. The attack came 3 days later. Amara was leaving Echelon after a late meeting. Midnight. Empty streets. Min-jae was supposed to drive her home. He never showed. She waited outside. Checked her phone. No messages. A car pulled up. Wrong model. Wrong plates. 2 men stepped out. Amara ran. She made it half a block before they caught her. One grabbed her arm. She screamed. A hand covered her mouth. Don't fight, he said in Korean. This doesn't have to hurt. Amara bit down hard. He swore. Released her. She ran again. Made it to a corner. Saw headlights. Jun-suk's car. It stopped. Doors flew open. Jun-suk stepped out. His expression was empty. Not angry. Not emotional. Empty. That's when Amara knew someone was going to die. Let her go, Jun-suk said quietly. The men hesitated. Now. They released her. Amara stumbled forward. Jun-suk caught her. His hand on her back. Steady. Protective. Are you hurt? He asked. She shook her head. He looked at the men. Who sent you? They didn't answer. Jun-suk nodded to Min-jae. What happened next was surgical. No shouting. No chaos. Just controlled, precise violence. Min-jae moved like a blade. Disarmed one man. Dropped him to the pavement. The second man tried to run. Jun-suk didn't chase him. He made a call. 3 blocks away, another car intercepted. The man was dragged inside. Amara watched it all happen in less than 2 minutes. Jun-suk turned back to her. His hand cupped her face. "You're safe," he said. Amara couldn't stop shaking. Who were they? Seo family. They tried to. I know. What are you going to do? Jun-suk's eyes went dark. What I should have done weeks ago. That night, Jun-suk dismantled the Seo family's operations. Not violently. Not publicly. Quietly. Bank accounts frozen. Business deals collapsed. Political allies withdrew support. By morning, the Seo family was crippled. Their patriarch called. Begged for mercy. Jun-suk gave him one warning. Touch her again, and I'll erase your family from history. The line went dead. Amara sat in Jun-suk's penthouse. Wrapped in a blanket. Hands still shaking. He knelt in front of her. I'm sorry, he said. For what? For bringing you into this. I made my own choices. But I didn't protect you. Amara's voice broke. You did. You came. I almost didn't make it. She reached for him. Pulled him close. But you did. Jun-suk buried his face in her neck. His hands gripped her like he was afraid she'd disappear. I can't lose you, he whispered. You won't. You don't know that. Yes, I do. He pulled back. Looked at her. How? Amara's eyes were steady. Clear. Because I'm not leaving. Jun-suk kissed her forehead. Her cheeks. Her lips. I'll destroy anyone who tries to take you, he said. I know. I'll burn this entire city if I have to. I know. And I won't apologize for it. Amara smiled through tears. I'm not asking you to. They stayed like that until dawn. Two people who'd survived alone. Now surviving together. But the war wasn't over. Other families watched. Waited. They saw Jun-suk's weakness. And they started planning. The war isn't over. 3 weeks passed. The Seo family retreated. Other families stayed quiet. But Jun-suk knew better. Silence didn't mean surrender. It meant regrouping. He increased security around Amara. Changed her routes. Limited her public appearances. She hated it. I'm not a prisoner, she said. You're alive. That's not the same thing. They fought about it often. But every argument ended the same way. With him pulling her close. With her staying. One night, Amara stood on the balcony of his penthouse. Soul stretched below. Lights like scattered diamonds. Jun-suk joined her. What are you thinking? He asked. That I still don't know who I am. Does it matter? Yes. Why? Amara turned to face him. Because people died for secrets about my bloodline. Because someone erased my history. Because I deserve to know. Jun-suk nodded slowly. I'll help you find out. And if the answer is dangerous, then we face it together. Amara smiled. You say that like it's simple. It is simple. Nothing about this is simple. Jun-suk pulled her against him. You're right. Nothing about this is simple. But it's mine. I'm not yours. I know. Then what am I? He kissed her temple. You're the reason I stopped being empty. Amara's chest tightened. She'd come to Seoul with nothing. Running from debt. From loneliness. From a life that didn't fit. And somehow she'd found this. A man who ruled the underworld. A love that felt like war. A future built on unanswered questions. What happens now? She asked. Now we rebuild. And if they come for us again? Then we fight. Together. Always. They stood in silence. The city is humming below. Inside the Kong organization, loyalty had been tested. Cracks had been exposed. Enemies had been crushed. But new threats were already forming. Somewhere in Seoul, an old man reviewed documents. Lee Hae-jin's daughter. Alive. In Korea. Connected to Kang Jun-suk. The scandal they'd buried 26 years ago was resurfacing. And this time, silence wouldn't be enough. He made a call. Find out everything, he said. And prepare to move. Back in the penthouse, Amara pulled away from Jun-suk. I need to ask you something, she said. Anything. If loving me costs you everything, your empire, your power, your life, would you still choose me? Jun-suk didn't hesitate. Yes. Why? Because for 7 years, I had everything. And I felt nothing. Now I have you. And I feel alive. Amara's eyes filled with tears. That's the most terrifying thing you've ever said to me. I know. She kissed him. Not desperately. Not hungrily. Slowly. Like sealing a promise. When they pulled apart, Jun-suk spoke quietly. Some loves don't save you. They dare the world to try to destroy you. Amara smiled through tears. Then let them try. Outside, the city slept. Inside, two people stood at the edge of everything. Love had made them vulnerable. But it had also made them dangerous. The questions remained. Who betrayed Jun-suk from within? Who was Amara really? What secrets died with Lee Hae-jin? And could love survive in a world built on blood? The answers would come. But not tonight. Tonight, they had each other. And for now, that was enough. Some loves don't save you. They dare the world to try to destroy you.